Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to go over my quarter four goals and October goals for 2024. Can you believe that we are in quarter four? I cannot believe that 2024 has flown by so fast. I also wanted to talk about the new Powersheets. So even though this video isn't posting till the end of the month, Powersheets launched on the 17th of September. This is my new Powersheets. I decided to get the petal one. I talked about it in a comparison video with my purple one. And, it's beautiful. I've been getting these linen covers for a while now because I like the colors better. Last year I had the blue and then this year was purple. But I missed this as well. My very first Powersheets was the floral one, and the floral one was tempting this year as well. It's just a cover. What really matters is the insides of the goal planner. And if you guys haven't checked out Cultivate What Matters Powersheets and you struggle with goals, this is the most amazing system that I have used. I don't know that I would want to try anything else, to be quite honest. So Cultivate What Matters has expanded. They've added a lot of different planners. So if you take a look at their website, it could get confusing. If you just want the one full year goal planner, it is the 2025 Powersheets goal planner. As simple as that. But they do have a lot of other options. They have quarterly goal planners. They've got a planner, like a weekly planner that also has goal planning in it. So, there's lots of different options. I would do your research. But right now, I'm pretty sure the two big companies out there right now that deal with goals are Moxie Life and Cultivate What Matters. And I've been using Cultivate What Matters for it'll be 5 years now. And it's never really steered me wrong. And if you're worried about it being religious, don't worry. The company is religious, but the Powersheets has nothing like that in it. And it does have a category for spiritual or faith. I myself am spiritual, but I'm also pagan. So if that's something that concerns you, don't let it concern you, because you don't need to use the category if you are an atheist or do not believe in anything. So that's fine. Or you can cross out the category and use it for something else. I've seen a lot of people express concern over that, and I don't think it's really a big deal. Now, the one accessory that I did get with my Powersheets for 2025 has helped me actually in this year with what I'm going to show you today. It's called the Cultivated Life Evaluation Guide. And when you're rating yourself like 1 to 10 and you're like, I don't know what the number would be. And then usually what I do is if I'm having a bad day, I rate myself more negative. And if I'm having a good day, I rate myself more positive. And is that an accurate reflection of the past month or the past quarter? I don't think so. So in here, it allows you to let yourself basically answer a whole bunch of questions to see what you would rate yourself. And then it gives you a more accurate number because it lets you take the average. So I found that it really helped me. And I actually used it in here for quarter. I'm not sure if it was for October or if it was for quarter four, but we'll see. I can't remember. So I'm going to flip to quarter four right now. So if you're not aware, quarter four is right after September, but before the October tab. And I'm just going to review September with you a little bit because I think it's important to review it. So the one thing, actually, I guess the two things that I did not get done this quarter was my basement, which has been like an ongoing thing. You guys will have seen that like in previous videos. My basement is a struggle. I've cleaned it once up entirely. Like the entire basement was gorgeous. And then I don't know what happens throughout the year. It's like random people will go down there and just throw stuff down. Like, for example, my grandma gave me an exercise bike. Have I ever used it? Not once, because I can't bring it upstairs because my baby and my daughter will be all over it. I would have to bring it up in the morning, use it for however long I needed to, and then I would have to haul it back downstairs because they would get hurt on it. And so I can't. And now it's down there. And now it's collecting stuff. It's got stuff on the seat. It's got stuff piled around it. And again, I don't know how it happened. And it's so frustrating to me. But it's like, if I don't upkeep it, nobody else will. And it's so hard for me. It really is, because I've got a lot on my plate. I've got, 3 kids. I've got to look after my husband. I do. He's a grown adult. I look after him. And so it's very hard. But that is one thing I didn't get done. Okay. The other thing I didn't get done, I didn't start on my getting things done method. So I wanted to do kind of like a haul, a brainstorm, a brain dump, an overhaul of my life. Not an overhaul, but just like a brain dump on like what else can I do in my life that's going to satisfy me. And I think doing that is also going to help me prepare for 2025 goals. So I still want to do this before the end of the year. I actually want to do both of these things. I do not want to be going into 2025 having to do my basement, okay? So I've got 3 months left to get that done. So for my power sheets here, you can see that that is obviously reflected in my attending list, okay? My basement organization and the getting things done method, not done. As for everything else, of course, so this is my goals. This is my goals. One of these was my bullet journal, and then one is my actual planner. It's not set up yet because I am doing that later on. I don't think it's next week. Let me think. Maybe it is. Goodness, time is flying by so fast. Okay, it's probably next week that I'm getting my Franklin planner set up for October. Let me just see because now I'm confused. End of September, let's look at the calendar. So yeah, I'll be filming my October setup on the 25th on Wednesday. That is crazy. So it's next week already. So good thing I'm getting this video done this week. And that reminds me, I probably should be getting my bullet journal setup done as well. So tomorrow's Thursday. I might have to do that Friday. We'll see how it goes. What I do is when I'm not succeeding, especially on the weeklies here, if I don't accomplish a goal for that week, I just put a line through it instead of filling it up. So unfortunately, reading hasn't really fallen through the cracks, so to speak. It's been like I'm reading one book. Well, I guess that's a lie. I'm reading more than one book. I'm reading my professional development books that I'm reading for Jane's Agenda Master Plan. If you haven't heard of that, check that out. So I'm reading 2 books there, but I'm only reading one fictional book, and then I've got a spiritual book that I haven't really touched, and I'm just so involved in my fictional book right now that it's like I'm right here. Okay, I read a big chunk yesterday, so I'm almost done. But it's the Sarah J. Maas House of Flame and Shadow. It's so good. It's the Crescent City series. And if you guys haven't checked out the Crescent City series, it is amazing. It kind of, it's not to do with Throne of Glass at all. They do involve the Court of Thorn and Roses a little bit. The Court of Thorn and Roses was not my favorite book. I actually gave them away because I just couldn't get into them like I did the other ones. And I got into them. They didn't enthrall me like Throne of Glass and Crescent City. Crescent City is amazing. So I would almost say it's better than Throne of Glass. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to call that one. But anyway, this is the other book, the Jane's Agenda book. And I'm struggling reading this. It's emotional intelligence. It talks a lot about brain stuff, the amygdala and the hypothalamus, a lot of stuff about the brain, because it's to do with how we learn emotional intelligence. And there's some books that I can get through quite easily because they're written in a way that makes them easy to read. This one is not written like that. Okay. So I'm behind like a week. I'm supposed to be on week 3 and I'm still in week 2. Mind you, I've only got 7 pages left, but still it's definitely been a struggle. I'll say that right now. So I've been behind on my reading because my goal is to do 5 books a week. I know it's a little bit of a crazy goal, or maybe it was 5 books a month. Let's see. What did I write here? I didn't even write it down. Anyway, I wanted to do lots of reading. Okay. I should just cross it off because I'm doing the amount of reading that is doable for me. So I don't know why I'm like being so hard on myself, you know? Okay, so with yard maintenance and fertilize, I've basically given up. It is September 18th today. And September 18th means that in like one more month, everything is dying in my garden. And I will be doing a yard cleanup. And I basically call it, what do I call it? I know I've set something aside for October and I'll show you, but it's my yard cleanup. It's like fall yard maintenance where I start pulling up all the dead flowers. I put them all in the green bin. They get taken away November 1st. I have to be careful because November 1st, I start taking it every 2 weeks. So right now, if I can start dumping my flowers, getting rid of them early, like especially the ones that are dying, I do actually have two that are dying. So what I'm going to do is, dump them and get rid of them because it'll be less cleanup come October. And so I think that's a really, really good idea. And my blog, I have to write that today. So that's why it's not crossed off. Personal development and spiritual. Again, I don't know why I didn't cross this off at all. I haven't worked on spiritual stuff at all. This one I did, but I haven't read my book. I haven't done anything. So I've just done personal development. But yeah, the yard, I just haven't fertilized because, I mean, once you get to the point of September, the nights have actually been quite cold. We got down to +2. And for September, I mean, one year we'd had snow. It was September 12th and it snowed like a lot, but it went away. And then last year we had a hailstorm in September. It was like the end of September and there was like a big electrical hailstorm. So that was crazy too. So lots of things can change, right? So I'm actually going to go through yesterday with you guys. I actually did physio. I worked out. I did. I'm like, I'm going to mark it because I'm really proud of it. And I drank lots of water. So it was like the first, you'll see there's a couple of days this month I actually did drink my required amount of water I want to drink. Because it's funny how people say, don't worry about your water. Everybody is dehydrated. Every single person. If you don't drink 3 bottles of water a day, you're basically dehydrated. Even if you don't feel thirsty right now, you're probably dehydrated. And I would definitely double check. Apparently a good way to check is, no, see, it doesn't work. I'm dehydrated. I know I am because I'm thirsty right now and I'm pinching the back of my hand and it's going down really quickly. I think it's something to do with the elasticity of your skin. If you're hydrated, your skin will be really elasticized, but it also depends on genetics and a whole bunch of other factors. So I wouldn't use that as a conclusive thing. Okay, so reading. I did read yesterday. I've been reading every day. I've been so good. Habits. I checked in with my habits. I did not water plants yesterday. I did a 10-minute tidy. I did expenses. And like I said, I did everything. I actually worked on my abs. I did lower abs last night and I'm so proud of myself. I don't even hurt today, but I have to start doing those 3 things every day. I've got foot physio, leg physio, and or actually I wanted to do my arms too, which I haven't done, and then also my stomach. So did pretty good though. Okay, so that is kind of a review. Again, I haven't worked on this yet. It is getting close to the end of the month, so what I'll do is start filling this in with things during the month because sometimes I can't always remember. I get to the end of September and I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? So I do end up going back, and I look at generally this is the sheet here that helps me. So I'll probably fill this out today, but it's not quite the end of September. We still have quite a few more days to go. So, okay, let's move on. So this is the quarterly refresh. So this is what has helped me, okay? I did not write anything here. And I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just got carried away. I don't know. So community. This is like friendships for me, okay? Previous was a 6 or 7. I got a 1 when I did this. When I used this book, I got a 1. And it's because I don't have, I guess I could have counted my karaoke friends, but I feel like I'm very secluded when I work from home. I don't talk to people at my son's school. I stay in my car and I just drop him off and then I go straight home because I try to be the most productive that I can be at home. I do have a lot of things I do get done at home. Whether that, and I like David Allen's, I think I've said this before, David Allen's wording of work. So he doesn't include work as like, oh, I'm going to my job, I'm going to work now. Work is anything that you have to do in your life. So dishes are work, laundry is work, looking after your kids, it's work, doing an online business, it's work. Everything that you do in your life is work. And he doesn't really dissociate the two, right? It's not like business and then your home life, personal and home. He doesn't dissociate from that. And I'm kind of getting along the same lines. I like that idea of keeping it together, even though I have two separate planners. And my necessity of having two separate planners is simply because I don't have enough room. But ideally, I would like to have everything in one planner. I think that would be amazing. I would like to get to the point where I don't have as much stuff to worry about or think about. But my Franklin binder just wouldn't hold everything that's in both of my planners. So, getting back to friendship, I have friends, I do. I have karaoke friends. So, I mean, maybe at this point, I would rate myself maybe a 3 or a 4. But I haven't had any friends over. I haven't visited. I haven't talked with anybody, unless you count my husband and my mom. Um, I haven't. I haven't been with anybody, any friends. Haven't hung out with my best friend. Nothing. And so I gave myself a 1. There's definitely room for improvement there. Okay. For family, previous was an 8. Now I'm a 7. So family is just, I think my husband and I, if I count our immediate family, we've kind of fallen into the daily grind. So he goes to work. He's been working 10-hour days. He works almost every weekend recently, to try to get us caught up. And um, it's pretty much like he's frustrated with the kids when he gets home because he's already tired. He's either had a bad day or something happened. And then I'm always trying to keep the peace. So it takes a lot of emotional energy out of me. And my kids are very rambunctious, very crazy. They don't listen. And so, I mean, it's still good. Like, we're still in a good place, but some little things have affected that. So it moved down 1 notch. Finances, same. We're working towards, we're continuing to work on our finances. We haven't had a chance to save any money, but my husband is working more. So I'm hoping that we'll get a chance to in the future. Health and wellness. Previous was a 5. And I gave myself a 3 and 4 because I haven't worked on my health at all. So until yesterday, basically, I'm not focusing on my water. I'm not doing any physio. I'm not doing any exercise. And I feel like there's a big improvement I could have there. So I gave myself a 3 or 4. Home and spaces. Previous was a 7. Now it's a 6. So I am working on my home and spaces. I am consistently cleaning something, and not just cleaning, like, for example, the other day. Well, it's kind of cleaning, but it was tidying as well. I went through my bookcases. I meant to do one. One was on my radar, like my goals. I did both of them. So I've definitely like overworking myself, I'd have to say, in regards to my home. I'm trying to make sure that the house is tidy every day. My daughter dumps her Barbie toys all over the floor every single day. And if it's not my daughter, it's my baby. And then he takes the books off the bookshelf and throws them down where the Barbie stuff is. So that is consistently taking up time that I could be spent doing other things. I've also been going through my markers and getting rid of all of my Crayola Super Tips. A lot of my markers, those ones especially, have been drying up. So I've been giving them to my daughter. The ones that work, I give them to her. I throw out the ones that don't work. And so I am trying. I'm trying to go through different spaces in my home. Um, I think I've gone through my kids' rooms, I've done their closets, I've done their dressers, but now I have to do my baby's clothes again. And actually, these are perfect sessions for brainstorming as I talk you guys through stuff, because I just realized I had to add my son needs a haircut. He asked me last night. And then I also need to go through my baby's clothes, because I've noticed a lot of his stuff is getting too small on him. So now it's kind of convenient because I can pass all of my things from Logan to my sister, who just recently had a baby on September 10th. His name is Kieran, and everything is going to go to him now. And then once she's done with those things, they're going to go to Goodwill or wherever, and everything will be done. And it's very, very good. So I'm happy because that means less stuff in my house. Okay, so spiritual and personal growth. I broke these up into 2. So before I gave myself a 3 and a 4. So this was a 9. This was a 3 because I haven't worked on my spiritual stuff hardly at all, and personal growth is a 9. I'm doing well with personal growth. I'm reading, I'm watching videos, I'm taking notes, I'm doing my commonplace book stuff, I'm doing my Jane's Agenda stuff, I'm keeping up with my reading. So I averaged them and I gave myself a 6. Okay, so I'm doing well there, except for spiritual. Okay, work and learning is an 8. Previous was an 8 or a 9. And so yeah, that's going well. That hasn't really changed. And then self-care was my open-ended one. Previous was a 5, and now I put 7, but I think I meant 6. So, I mean, I've been getting my nails done. I've been meaning to have a bath with Epsom salts, haven't had that. I still don't shower as much as I want to, and it's not really showering as much. I want to be able to take care of my hair. For example, I wash my hair once a week. So, because my hair has adapted to once a week, and it's not healthy to wash it every day. Um, so your hair needs time to adjust, especially if you want to go from like if you're washing it every day and you want to wash it less to let the natural oils work properly. I keep my hair up most of the time because it just stays out of my way and it's just better for me. So my hair doesn't get damaged. I am trying to grow it out, and um, I want to be able to tone it and stuff in the shower, but I never get time. Usually, by the time I have time to shower, it's at bedtime, and then my husband also has to shower, and then we're always rushing so we can both go to bed on time. And then it's just a big kerfuddle. So I end up never able to do those extra things. Like, a lady's got to shave every now and then, or, tone our hair. I've got this clear toner that I just apply in the shower, leave it in for 20 minutes, and then do all the other things. And then I can rinse it out, which is great. And it looks amazing. It's like a clear toner. So I want to have time to do that. Okay. So keep moving forward. So where have I seen the most growth? So personal growth, work and learning, self-care on paper, but actually home and cleaning up have really been the focus. And that's true because I've done probably a room in my house, like one thing once a week, maybe more than that. So we did clean the garage. I cleaned my Jeep twice this summer, kept my yard maintained. Like yesterday, for example, I picked up the dog poop, and then my husband mowed the lawn. So it's important that those things are kept up, and it is work. It is a lot of work if you want to maintain something. Okay, so which goals need more nourishment? So I said pretty much all. I have room for improvement in every single one of these categories. And I know, like, I think it was in the Powersheets for 2025, they said, don't worry about a 10, like, don't be scared of a 10. So if you feel like you're a 10, mark yourself a 10. But I personally feel like you'll always have room for improvement. So I don't think I would ever give myself a 10, ever. I don't think. I mean, I can't see it in my foreseeable future. I just can't. Um, and that's my opinion. I mean, if you feel like you're a 10, I would go ahead and mark yourself a 10. It's not like a big deal. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, right? So, and this is very personal for every single person. Um, but yeah, everything is lower this term. And this is a quarterly refresh. So my goal is to get these numbers closer to a 10 by the end of quarter 4. That is my goal. Okay. So what I'm saying yes to, I'll be moving things indoors soon. We'll no longer be spending as much time outside, and I'll have to clean up the yard. So the yard maintenance will be done, right? And then I'll be able to work on my business more. I'll be able to work on my books more. I can read more and do more inside things. Okay, so what I'm saying yes to, I'm enjoying using this cultivation guide. So I made a note here about that. But saying yes to reading, writing down what I learned from YouTube videos and books. I haven't done as much of that, and I want to get more into that. And then I said watching movies, but honestly, you guys, I'm not really a big TV movie person. I really am not. I would like to be because, you kind of get involved and you get like sidetracked away from everyday life, but it's not really my forte. I'd honestly rather read a book. Okay, so my routine reset. This hasn't really changed. It's kind of the same. But my morning routine, so I get up at 5 ideally, and I take myself till 9:30. So I do work from 5 to 7:30. Kids get up, breakfast for my son, take him to school. I get home, I start working, and then we have breakfast at 9:30, and then my day continues. Evening routine, say we start at 6, that's dinner, only because I would like to have dinner at like 5, but my husband gets home at 6. Okay, we clean up, bath time for the kids, they get snacks about 8:30, bedtime is about 9 o'clock, and then adult time 9 to 11, ideally. So sometimes they go later, sometimes they're all in bed by 9, which is amazing. Like last night, they were in bed by 9. It was really amazing. And then 11 p.m. is our bedtime. Okay, and then weekend reset. These are all of the things I do for my Sunday reset. I clean the house, I do laundry, I check my son's school stuff, I review my weekly tasks, I do groceries, grocery list, weekly reviews in my Franklin planner and my business planner, sign my son's agenda, review my emails, and then catch up in all my planners. See if there's anything else that I need to catch up on, and I write it down. Okay, so this is what I've determined my 2024 quarter four goals are going to be this quarter. So clean and organized basement. That's number one. It is on there and it is going to get done this quarter. Okay, so solitude and meditation practice. This is going to be a spiritual thing. I'm going to tie it into spiritual, and solitude means spending time by myself, not talking, not listening to nothing, not reading, perhaps journaling. So journaling is definitely a form of solitude, but I want to definitely call more attention to that. Okay, yard maintenance, fall cleanup, and then holiday seasonal prep. So remember, this is for all 3 months. So it's going to be yard maintenance until we do fall cleanup, and then holiday seasonal prep. The outside yard is all good. Then we'll start decorating inside. I want to make sure everything is clean, get it decorated, and it's going to look amazing. Okay, so books. Read 15 books in the quarter, at least 5 books per month. I think that is highly doable. I always do 1 fiction book. I do my 2 Jane's Agenda books, and I have my spiritual book, and I would like to read 1 more fictional book if I could. Okay, so work goal, hit 3,000 subscribers. I hope that that's doable. I broke it down. I'm at about 2,700 now, so if I can make 2,800 by October 1st, then I've got October, November, December. So no, this would start in October. So between now and October 30th, if I can get to 2,800 and then each month have 100, I would be able to do it. Okay, so pen, desk drawer, washi, sticker, refresh. And I'm going to write out all the steps. I think I already did. This is a big project. So I'm not doing the overall desk. I'm going to do bits and pieces of my desk. So I'm working on my pens now. I did do my sticker refresh to an extent. So what I'm doing, I did recently get a Cocoa Daisy subscription, and it's amazing. I love it. I am in love, but I'm overwhelmed with stationery. So I'm going through my pens. That's my first job. Not really my pens, but more of my markers, like my brush pens and my markers that I have beside me on my desk. I've gone through my Once More with Love and Coffee Monsters Co. stickers. I've organized everything there. But my next step is to organize my washi, or my cart, my planning cart. So I don't have it beside me. I wish I did, but I had to move it because my kids were getting into it consistently. So I moved it towards the landing on the stairs, and I don't go into it as often as I'd like. And I've got so many Happy Planner stickers. I've got a whole bunch that I took out of the books, and I kind of put them, and like, I think I've shown videos on this. Maybe I'll link a video just so you know what I'm talking about. But I labeled them and put different sections, and then took each individual sheet and then put it in a different section according to what it was, which took forever. And I do it sometimes. I still do it. And I've got so many sticker sheets and I never use them. And I don't even like Happy Planner stickers. So I'm going to maybe keep some of my favorites, but I think I'm going to give the whole shebang to my best friend because she likes Happy Planner. And I'm basically done. I've got so many other kits I'll be using. I'm using my like Planners Anonymous. I'm using my Cocoa Daisy stuff now, and I don't have the room to continue hoarding my stickers. So I think I'm going to pass them along, and it's going to make me feel really good because then they'll finally get use and it'll be good. So that's one of the big things I need to do. And also my desk drawers. So I want to get that done this quarter as well. So getting things done method, I really want to get this done by the end of the year because like I said, I think it's going to help me brainstorm new goals for 2025. And then the last one, the last thing is my word of the year. This isn't a word, it's a whole phrase, but it says out with the old, in with the new, and also holiday seasonal prep. Okay, so it's 2 phrases. Those are my goals. So then I did a whole bunch of breakdown. So I basically broke all of those goals and some of the ideas down into the 3 months. So I've got October, I've got November, and I've got December. So when I go through each of the next 3 months, I will be coming back to this page and then just double checking that I've got everything checked off. And I also have my weekly rhythm. I actually didn't finish this because this is pretty much what each day looks like, except for Thursday, which is early dismissal. Every day looks like this. So I basically work, my son goes to sleep, I pick up my son, and then our evening. And then our weekends, we do the Sunday routine weekend reset. I usually keep it on a Sunday. Saturday, we have appointments like with birthday parties, or we have, I don't know, we go swimming. And if this is reversed, we do this, whatever we did on Saturday, we would do it on a Sunday if it's available. Okay, so I didn't really fill this out because I didn't want to have to rewrite it a million times, but it looks basically the same. I have a fall fun list on this page, so I haven't filled this out yet, but maybe we'll do that the next 3 months. And then we go into October. So what I'm going to do is check these things off to make sure that I got everything on my tending list when we get to that point. So I'll just use a marker here. Okay, so I usually go to my calendar first for October, and I highlighted, I color coded this time. Sometimes I use dots, sometimes I use stickers, but I just decided to color code. So we are going to Vancouver the second week of October again. My son has a doctor's appointment the second week. My baby has a CF clinic the fourth week. There are 5 weeks this month. And then I'm not sure about Thanksgiving. I do know my son has a couple of days off. So he's off on September 30th. He's got Thanksgiving off, and he's also got the 11th off. It's a PD day, so it's kind of like a little fall break kind of around Thanksgiving. And then Halloween. So I have to start thinking about Halloween costumes. And then my sister's birthday. So I do have something I want to get for her. And yard waste day. So this is the first yard waste day. So if I have things I want to throw out that don't fit in my green bin, I'll just leave it out on that day. Okay, and then I made some notes here for future planning. So a whole bunch of days off school in November. I think that's kind of like their fall break. And then also compost is every 2 weeks starting November 1st. So this would be my last month to kind of check out the plants and stuff. So back to my monthly reset page. Important to do's. I've listed things like Halloween costumes, Vancouver itinerary, because I never got that yet. Enter all appointments on my calendar. I actually did that already. And I can cross that off. Monthly reviews, Q3 reviews. We'll do that at the end of September. Analytics and planner setups. Goals to make progress on, definitely the basement. So I basically like winterize yard, my solitude goal, Christmas presents, health, books, reaching 2,800 subscribers, cleaning my desk, and then getting things done method. So this is just kind of like a reminder for me. On my calendar, I've listed all the things that are already on my calendar and on my mind. So Christmas presents for the kids, has been working overtime, basement. So I'm just going to start it. That's the only advice I can give to myself is just start, even if I do a little bit each day. And then how do we do extended trips? So we have a possibility of doing an extended trip thing for Vancouver into next year. So we have to think about that. CF clinic. My son is going to be 2 soon. So we're going to think about how our healthcare coverage is going to look like and how it's going to cover his drug that he would get when he's 2. It's called Trikafta. It's like the miracle drug for CF patients. And he's going to start that when he's 2. Okay, Halloween coming up soon. And then I didn't bother checking this yet because we're not quite at the end of September. But I think what I might like to do is do another life evaluation, cultivated with using my guide, and then I'll see how I'm doing at the end of September. Okay, so then we get to the break it down page. So I'm going to highlight this actually because what color did I use now? I think I used orange and black. Oh, no, I was going to use orange and black. That's right. I'm going to use orange to cross off October's tasks because it's like orange and black, kind of like pumpkins and Halloween. So I'm going to use orange. Maybe I'll use a pale orange. Let's see. So I'm just going to highlight these. Okay. So what my plan is here I wrote out ideas to accomplish how I'm going to accomplish my goals. I broke it down. I am in love with this page, you guys. This is honestly my favorite page, and they never had this in preceding years. So they had it last year, and like they have it this year, I mean, and then they have it in the new one, but they never had this before. And it is amazing because this is the whole point of goal setting. You have your goal and then you show how you're going to break it down so that it makes it manageable and that you can actually accomplish it. So, for example, the first of the month routine, I wanted to have an actual routine. Like, this is what I do. So, which is right here. So, once I do these things, I cross it off. So, I'll be doing September budget close, October 1st. I do all of my analytics that same day. I also will be doing a weekly review, a monthly review, and the quarterly review. So, it's a lot of things. But once I'm done those things, I can cross it off. Okay. I've got my 5 books here, so I have to determine which books they'll be. And then there were 6 lines, so I put bonus 6 in case I do end up reading a 6th book. Basement. First thing is put loose stuff away. Then I can throw out the garbage. Then I can make a Goodwill box and start putting stuff to give to Goodwill. Then shred paperwork and then clean floors. So I've actually broken it down for myself. Okay, getting things done method, I've got page 116 and page 117. So I'm breaking it down. I'm just going to show you quick. So this is a fairly big book, but it's actually pretty easy to read. And it's really exciting. So if you go to page 116, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So it actually goes to 120. So what it says is a triggers list. Okay, so it says to assist in clearing your head, you may want to review the following incompletion triggers list item by item to see if you've forgotten anything. Often you'll just need a jog to unearth something lurking in the back of your mind. Remember, when something occurs to you, write it on a piece of paper and toss it into the inbox. So I would start with page 116, and then I would continue on to 117, all in the month of October. So then November, I'll do 118 and 119, or, I'll break it down. I might not be able to do all of that. And then I'll do the month of December. Hopefully, I'll get this done October, November, because December is more of a month where I want to celebrate Christmas and spend more time with family. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm also going to be busy filming all of my prep videos and all of my planner setups. So I'm already going to be working on goals by the beginning of December. So I want to maybe have this stuff done. Maybe I should put page 118 too. I want to have this stuff done before the end of November. Okay. So I really need to start. And there's a lot here. So for example, incompletion triggers. So professional, are there projects I started and didn't complete? And then all you do is you write that down on a piece of paper. You do a brain dump, okay? So there might be a few. I might have started doing something. I can't think of anything right now, but I think maybe I had a drawing a long time ago, so I would write that down. Projects that need to be started. My basement, for example. Look into projects, commitments or promises to others. Like I wanted to help my mom set up her bookshelf. So stuff like that. Okay. And then it gives all of these people, so commitments, promises to others. So all of these people I would think about commitments or promises to other people, communications to make or get, etc. So there's so many things to think about. And this book is going to help me do that. And then, so basically, I will think about all of those things. I'll write them down. It's going to be a big brainstorming session, a lot of writing, and I'll keep that in my list in my planner. And then I will evaluate that. And that's going to help me make my goals for the new year. It's going to see what I need to wrap up for this year. And I can cross off what I think, you know what, I'm not going to even bother doing that. Let's just cross it off. And that's how I want to go through that. And that's how I want to live my life. I want to make sure that everything that I need to do in my life is, taken care of, or at least somewhere on paper, if not in the back of my mind. Right. So I think that's really fun. And then the last one is a house tidy project. So I wrote down a few things here that I wanted to get done. So Tupperware cupboard, back closet shelf, desk drawers, top shelf pens, washi, and stickers. So I'm already kind of doing this already. The other thing I have to do is get kids' mitts and toques. See how I'm like totally brainstorming? I do this when I'm planning too. I'm like talking to you guys, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, wait, I need to do that. And all I do is that's how I utilize my sticky notes a lot of the time. I'll write it down on a sticky note, pop it in my planner, and then when I get time, later when I take my son to school, I come back and I put this stuff where it needs to go. Sometimes it'll be the inbox, sometimes it'll be like my weekly my weekly master task list, or maybe the monthly. Just I make sure I write it down on my planner. Okay, so now what we're going to do is cross off according to that list because we finally got to the tending list. So, first of the month routine. Maybe we'll talk about this first and then I'll come back and cross things off. So my encouraging words is to stay warm and cozy with coffee in my planner and a good book. That sounds amazing to me. And when I was watching Coco Daisy, when she was going through October cozy season and chapters for November, she was talking about, oh, nowadays, like this is the time of year that we want to stay inside, have a warm beverage and read a book. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm starting to get those vibes because it's been getting cold outside at nighttime. So priority is basement. That's need to get that done. So monthly goals, first of the month routine. If I get those done, I will cross it off. Read 5 books, maybe 6. November planner setups. So I've got my bullet journal, which is all about my health and stuff, my wellness, I call it, my goal planning, and my Franklin planner. Okay, basement cleanup, getting things done method, Vancouver trip, Halloween costumes, trick-or-treating, November content and budget setup, my sister's birthday, and house tidy project, mostly my desk. Okay, weekly action items. I've got my Plan With Me meal planning. I do that at the same time. 2 books per week. That's kind of like my goal, but we'll see if I get there. Budgeting, pay bills, winterize, clean up yard, blog and sticker design, personal development, and spirituality. And then for daily action items, I've got checking off my habits, which I do in my wellness, my bullet journal, reading, 10-minute tidy, expenses, health, water, and school. So I did change this. I had watering plants before, but I changed it to school. So every time we do some studying or some reading or some type of work, I'm going to put a mark there. Because I really am kind of on top of my son because he has ADHD. It's hard for him to concentrate. He is finally on a medication that seems to be working, so I'm crossing my fingers. But the last few years have been very, very rough. And so I'm just always on top of him and making sure that he's got, I've got his agenda like crossed off. I make sure I initial his agenda at nighttime. I make sure that he's, got his book in his bag for that day or whatever. So I always double check with him on those things. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just put a little check next to these areas. So I do have clean basement on there. We're looking at health. Did I put any health stuff on here? Yes, I did. Okay, solitude did I put that on here? I don't think I did. Well, I'll put it under spirituality. So technically it's taken care of. Halloween, yes. Yard maintenance, winterize yard, books. Launch I didn't, but that's okay because that was yesterday. Budget mom launch, right. So these are just ideas in order to get me to increase my subscribers. So I have my planner lineup already kind of written out. I did an outline and I planned the videos. So I'm going to have to start thinking more about those, getting those videos done. I don't think I actually put any of that on here, but I will add that to my business goals. Okay. Biz. Okay, pen markers I did, desk drawers, washi, stickers, getting things done. Okay, so everything else is pretty much taken care of, but those things, I will add them to my goals that I have in my business planner. Sometimes they make it to my tending list and sometimes they don't. I do kind of like keeping them separate because I do have the separate planners, so I sometimes do that. Okay, so that is it. So I hope you guys got some inspiration from this. I'm really glad I talked it through because talking it through actually helps me think about the importance of every item and to make sure that it should be on my tending list. Because, once it's on my tending list, it becomes important to me and I want to get it done and I want to focus on it. So I'm really glad I was able to talk it through with you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please subscribe, click on that bell button like always, and I will see you again very soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.